Dear students, in this session of the video, I will discuss with you about the functions and the powers of the Union Legislature. The powers of the Union Legislatures are divided into legislative powers, financial powers, judicial powers, and the control over the executive. Let us see what are the legislative powers. So before that, let us see what you mean by legislative powers. Legislative powers is the power of a government to form the law. So the legislative powers are divided under three lists. So list means that this is the list of the subjects on which a particular government has got the right to take a decision. Now India follows a federal setup of government where there is a union government at the center and state government at the state level, and there are 97 subjects on which exclusively the union government has got the right to take a decision. What do you mean by this exclusive? Where the state government doesn't have any say, only the union government can take a decision on such a matter. And the state list, there are 66 subjects are there on which the state government can legislate on, and there are 47 subjects which comes under the concurrent list where both the central government and the state government has got equal power to make a decision. So this is a three list: union list, state list and concurrent list. This is important points, please remember it. And there are some extraordinary situation where the subjects which comes under the state list will become the right of the union government to make a decision. So let us see what are those conditions. First one, if there is any state legislature decides by 2/3 of majority that on a particular subjects which comes under the state list, the union government has to take a decision, then the parliament can legislate on such a matter. And in case of an emergency, all the subjects which comes under the state list will become the right of the union government, and they will be able to legislate on all the subjects under the state list. And in case if there is two or more than two legislatures, state governments decides that there is an interference, there is a need of formation of the law by the union government, then the parliament can make the law or such a matter which comes under the state list. And in case of the implementation of a treaty with other international communities, there also the subjects, though it comes under the state list, the union government will have the right to legislate on. And there is a particular power called residuary power. What does it mean, residuary power? There are various other subjects which doesn't comes under the state list, concurrent list and union list, on which the union parliament has got the power to make a decision or to form the law. Such a power of the union parliament is known as a residuary power. This is special power given for the union legislature where the subjects doesn't comes under any of the list, but they have to make a law. So the right to make on such a subject which doesn't comes under any of the list goes to the union parliament. So such a power enjoyed by the union government is known as a residuary power. So let us see what is ordinance. See that ordinance is a temporary law, and ordinance normally is issued by the president. So what is a situation where there is an ordinance, where there is a need of a law, but the house cannot be assembled? At that time the government can ask the president to make a law, and still the assembly is being held, this particular ordinance will have the validity of a law. Okay, but as soon as the house is being assembled, such a matter have to be discussed and a decision have to be made on such a subject. Okay, still the ordinance remains as a temporary law, and the power to issue the ordinance goes to the president. And now let us discuss about the financial powers. We see that as we are having the budget of an year, the government also has got a budget. So we might have heard in every financial year, beginning of the financial year, the finance minister comes with the budget, and the budget is speaking about the receipts and the expenditure of the government. What is the receipts? Means that the source of the income, and expenditure means, surely you know that, how this the money of the government, the income of the government is being spent. And budget is mainly is presented as two types of bill: appropriation bill and finance bill. What is appropriation bill? Is expenditure charged on the consolidated fund of India. Okay, it is speaking about all the expenses which is charged on the consolidated fund of India. What is the consolidated fund of India? That is the next point. And the finance bill is known as the sum required to meet the expenditure. So what are the sources from which the government can earn the income? So that is known as a finance bill. Now let us see that what is the consolidated fund of India. It is a fund from where the following expenditures are met: the salaries of the president, the salaries of the presiding officer of the both the houses and the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, salaries and allowance of the Controller Auditor General of India, and other expenditure declared by the Parliament. All this expenditure will be met from the consolidated fund of India. This is a fund which is maintained by the government, where such an expenses will be met by. And what is a grants? Grant is a supplementary grant is a special amount of money or a fund which is allocated for a project which has already started. In such a situation, the government can put forward this the demand for a supplementary grants in Parliament, and if it is passed, then a supplementary grants will be given for such a project which has already started by the government. Vote of account. We see that in a certain condition, it is not possible for where the government is not able to present the budget. But without the permission of the Parliament, or without being mentioned there in the budget, it is not possible for the government to spend any amount of money. Such a situation, the government can withdraw the money or can make use of the money, okay, by the vote of account. Once again I say, okay, when the budget is not presented, when there is a necessary for the government to make use of the fund, then this is a method. Vote of account is a method by which it can make use of the money. Then next is a contingency fund. Contingency fund is mainly used, or it is maintained, for the unforeseen expenditure. For suppose there is a natural disaster which happens, and there is a lot of money, there is a lot of expenditure needed for that. So such an amount of money or such an expenditure will be met from the contingency fund of India. And permission for taxes. We saw the main source of income for the government is taxes. But without the permission of the Parliament, the government cannot spend any money which is collected as a tax. So these are the financial powers of the Union Legislature. Now let us see what are the judicial powers. Judicial powers means that execution. Judiciary means that the execution of the law. So what are such powers enjoyed by the Union Legislature? First one, it has got exclusive right to impeach the President. See that the President is elected by an electoral college, which is consisted of the members of both the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha and the state legislatures, where if there is a charges against the President, and it have to be discussed there in the Parliament, and if the Parliament is passing and proving that such a charges are valid, on such a situation, the government or the Union legislature has got the right to impeach the President. And other officers like the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, election commissioners and Controller and Auditor General of India can be removed by the Union government in the same method. And third one is that if there is any person who is violating the rules of conduct of the court, of the parliament, such a person can be punished by the union parliament. And about the composition, jurisdiction and powers of the Supreme Court, the decision will be made by the union legislature. So this is also comes under the judicial power of the union legislature. Now let us see what are the electoral function. So now we see that the vice president and president are elected by an electoral college, and in the electoral college there will be the members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the state legislatures. So we can say that in the election of the president and the vice president, the union parliament plays an important role, as well as the election of the speaker, deputy speaker and deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha. There also the union government enjoys the electoral power. And how the union government has got the control over the executive. So as I have already told, there are three organs for the government. There is executive, there is a legislature and there is a judiciary. And the executive, the prime minister and all the ministers and all the bureaucrats, they are the executive. Okay, but the executive will be always under the observation of the legislature, and there are various parliamentary procedure by which the union government enjoys the control over the executive. They are censure motion, asking the question, discussion on the matters of the public importance, moving call attention notices, adjournment motion. All these parliamentary procedures make sure that the union government always enjoys control over the executive. So these are the points which I wanted to tell you. So this is throughout this video we were discussing about what are the powers, and it is given under legislative powers, financial powers, then judicial powers and electoral powers, and how the union government enjoys the control over the executive. So I suppose that this chapter, the points which I have explained is clear for you, and in case of any doubt you may send me a message and I will be able to clarify. And the rest of the 2 more points I wanted to discuss about this particular chapter, that I will discuss in the next video. Thank you.